You meet him at a club in Guadalajara. He doesn't look like much. Western shirt, pointy boots, understated hat. He dances cumbia like any other tapatio on a Friday night. He buys you a drink, then another. His accent is thick, rural, authentic. I'm a rancher, he says. I own ranches in Michoacan. You're 24 years old. You work at a beauty salon, and you live with your mom in Tlaquepaque. He's 45, with calloused hands and eyes that have seen too much. You give him your number. What you don't know, you've just handed over your entire life. The first few weeks are a dirty fairy tale. He takes you to restaurants where the waiters greet him with too much respect. You ride in trucks that cost more than your house. He buys you a new iPhone, then designer clothes, then an apartment in Zapopan that he puts in your name. So, you'll be comfortable, he says. He never mentions he has a wife. You don't deny it when you find out either. The apartment has 2 bedrooms and a view of the city. Your mom thinks you got an incredible job. You prefer to let her keep thinking that. You learn the rules fast. Never ask where he is. Never ask what he does. Never mention his full name in public. He's my love, or Poppy, or simply him. Your phone changes every month. Never save messages. Never take pictures together. The few that exist, you delete immediately. You have no social media. Your entire life is a secret you breathe in but can't breathe out. The armed men appear in the 3rd week. 2 black Lobo trucks always parked outside your building. 4 men who never smile. At first it scares you, then you get used to it. Then you even feel important. You have 24/7 protection. Nobody bothers you. Nobody disrespects you. You're untouchable because you belong to someone everyone fears. Power by proximity is addictive, like any drug. One night, he takes you to the ranch. 3 hours driving on dirt roads. You arrive at a huge complex, stables, houses, a chapel, an artificial lake. There are more than 20 armed men patrolling. AK-47s, tactical vests, radios. This is mine, he says with pride. He shows you the horses. He has over 100. Purebred, expensive, beautiful. He shows you the cattle. Thousands of head of livestock. All legal, he insists. You already know he's lying. The ranch is beautiful and terrifying. It's paradise built on bones. You find out who he really is when you see the news. His photo appears in Milenio. Mexico's most wanted man, leader of the Jalisco New Generation cartel, responsible for hundreds of deaths, $10 million reward for information. Your blood freezes. You've been sleeping with a monster. You've been falling in love with a ghost. That night when he arrives, you confront him. He doesn't deny anything. You already knew, he says. You just didn't want to accept it. He's right. The apartments, the trucks, the armed men, the fear in the waiter's eyes. It all made sense if you dared to connect the dots. He tells you that you can leave, that he understands if you're afraid, that he'll give you enough money to start somewhere else. But you both know it's a lie. You know too much. You've seen too much. You've been to the ranch. You know the faces of his lieutenants. You're a security risk in heels and extensions. So you stay. Not out of love, out of survival. The love comes later. Twisted and sick, but real. Your life splits in 2. There's the public version where you're an independent businesswoman who sells beauty products from catalogs. You go to baby showers. You have lunch with your mom. You visit your grandmother on Sundays. You fake normalcy with Oscar-worthy perfection. Then there's the private version. The coded calls at 3 a.m. The surprise trips to different ranches every weekend. The meetings where men with nicknames discuss territories like it's Monopoly. You serve coffee and make yourself invisible, but you hear everything. He trusts you in ways he shouldn't. He tells you his plans. We're going to push Los Zetas out of Veracruz, he says, like someone planning a kitchen remodel. He explains the distribution routes. Guadalajara to the border to Chicago, Chicago to all of the United States. He shows you videos his sicarios send through Telegram. Videos you'll never be able to stop seeing. Dismembered bodies, executions, all messages for rivals. He holds you afterwards while you cry. That's how this is, he says. Them or us. You meet the wife. It's an accident, a family event he can't miss. He introduces you as a distant cousin. She looks at you with eyes that know exactly who you are. But she says nothing. She has dignity that money can't buy. 3 children to protect. A facade of normalcy to maintain. You two are on the same side of the coin. Only she's on the side that society respects. You're on the side that society judges. You're both prisoners. The cells just look different. You start to notice things. He's more paranoid. Changes phones 3 times a week. Doesn't sleep more than 4 hours anymore. Constantly checks the windows. The gringos are getting close, he says. They have satellites, drones, infiltrators. He makes you memorize 3 different escape routes from the apartment. He gives you a special phone. If something happens, you call this number. They'll get you out. You don't ask who they are. You don't want to know either. The pressure increases. There are constant operations. Military, Marines, Federales. One of his main operators falls. Then another. Then 3 more in 1 week. He's losing his empire piece by piece. He becomes more violent, more unpredictable. One night, he breaks everything in the apartment because his food is cold. Another night, he cries in your arms like a child because they killed his brother. You're his therapist, his lover, his confessor, and his prisoner, all in one. He hits you for the first time after 8 months. It's a slap, not very hard, but enough. You dare to suggest that maybe he should negotiate with the government. Negotiate, he yells. I'm fucking Mencho. I don't kneel before anyone. He apologizes 3 hours later. He buys you a $40,000 Rolex. You forgive him because you have no choice. The second time, he uses his fist. The third time, he breaks your rib. The Rolex stays on your wrist, mocking you, reminding you that everything has a price. You start to plan, subtly, carefully. For months, you just observe. You memorize routines. Who protects him, where he stays, which ranches he visits, when he feels safest. You store information in your mind like diamonds you can someday sell. Because you've decided something fundamental. You're going to survive this. And he's not. The opportunity comes when you least expect it. He tells you he's going to be in Paranoia, Jalisco, a remote ranch in the mountains. I'm going to be there all weekend, he says. I need to disconnect. He gives you exact coordinates without realizing it. He describes the place in luxury detail. The number of guards, the access points, everything. It's like the universe is giving you an instruction manual to destroy him. You have the phone the DEA gave you 3 months ago. Because yes, you've been talking to them. It started when they arrested you for a made-up traffic violation. They took you to a safe house. 2 gringo agents and 1 Mexican. They showed you photos of clandestine mass graves. He did this, they said. Your boyfriend, the man who bought you that apartment. They offered you the deal, information for protection, a new identity, a life in the United States. Enough money to never work. It took 3 seconds to decide. 3 seconds to betray the man you loved and hated in equal proportions. For months, you passed them minor information, routes they no longer used, low-level contacts, nothing that could be traced back to you. Building trust, demonstrating loyalty, waiting for the right moment. And now it has arrived. You dial the number. Paranoia, Jalisco, you say. Rancho El Mirador. Exact coordinates. 20.1234 minus 104.5678. You make up numbers, but they have the technology to find it with your description. He arrives Friday afternoon. He's staying until Sunday. He has 15 men, 4 trucks, a helicopter at the neighboring ranch in case he needs quick evacuation. You give them everything. Every detail he shared with you thinking you were his confidant. Every secret he whispered in your ear thinking you were his sanctuary. Well done, the agent says. The operation is Saturday at dawn. Don't be there. Make something up. You hang up. Your hands are shaking. It's not guilt. It's adrenaline. You've betrayed the most dangerous man in Mexico, and you're still alive. That feels like a superpower. On Friday, he tells you to come with him to Paranoia. Your heart stops. I can't, you make up. My mom is sick. I need to be here, he insists. Take her to the doctor. I'll pay for everything, but I want you to come. You think fast. Love, she needs surgery. She's going to need me all week. It works. He gives in. He kisses you on the forehead. You're the only good thing in my life, he says. The irony almost makes you laugh. Instead, you cry. Real tears. Because part of you, the sick and damaged part, really loves him. Another part, the part that wants to live, knows this ends this weekend. On Saturday, you wake up early. The news explodes at 7 a.m. Operation in Jalisco. Confrontation with alleged CJNG members. There are helicopters, videos on social media, witnesses recording. Your phone vibrates. It's one of the lieutenants. Have you heard from the boss? Your voice is perfect. I worried, innocent. What happened? Is he okay? Silence. Then, we don't know. We lost communication. There was a shitstorm in Tenaya. The Marines, the gringos, helicopters, drones. It was a massacre. You cry on the phone. Oscar-worthy performance. My God, please let him be okay. 6 hours pass. The news reports 5 sicarios dead, 3 detained, a cartel helicopter destroyed. But he escaped. Again, like always. Your Judas and your kiss didn't work. You're Delilah, but Samson still has his strength. Panic paralyzes you. If he escaped, he'll know. He has people infiltrated everywhere. They have ways of knowing who talked. Your DEA phone vibrates. Get out now. We have a team 3 blocks away. You grab your emergency bag, the one you've had ready for months, fake passport, cash, cards, a photo of your mom. Nothing else fits. You leave everything else. The apartment, the designer clothes, the jewelry, the fucking Rolex. Mike, you leave your entire life like it's a dress that doesn't fit anymore. The extraction is like a movie. Black SUV, tinted windows, 3 armed agents. They drive for 4 hours, changing vehicles twice. They take you to a safe house in Querétaro. You'll be here 3 days, they say. Then we move you to the border. Then to the United States. New identity. Witness protection program. You nod like a zombie. Everything feels unreal. Your mom. You can't call her. You can't explain to her. What, you can't say goodbye. The agents tell you she's in danger now, by association, for being your family. They promise you they'll protect her. You don't believe them? You've seen enough to know that promises mean nothing when blood is at stake. The news confirms he's still free. He escaped through a tunnel. Of course he had a fucking tunnel. He's like cockroaches. Impossible to kill, but now he's wounded. His organization is weakened. He lost key men. He lost resources. He lost territory. And all because his lover betrayed him. The woman he trusted. The woman who knew his secrets. Your history now. Legend in the underworld. The bitch who sold out Mencho. The organization is looking for you. They put a price on your head. $2 million. Less than you expected, honestly. They circulate your photo on Telegram, on WhatsApp, in all the criminal groups in Mexico. Your face is on the walls of bars in Sinaloa. A 15-year-old sicarios memorize your features hoping to earn that $2 million. You're the most wanted woman for all the wrong reasons. They move you to El Paso, then to Houston, then to a town in Minnesota you didn't know existed. Your new identity is Jennifer Morrison. You work at a Walmart. You live in a 1-bedroom apartment that smells like mold. Your hair is blonde now, blue contact lenses, 30 pounds lighter. You're a ghost of yourself. A bootleg version of the woman you were. You can't sleep without pills. Every car that parks outside could be them. Every Mexican customer at Walmart could recognize you. You live in constant paranoia. It's like being buried alive but still breathing. The agents visit you every month. Everything okay? No, nothing is okay. But you say yes because complaining doesn't change anything. 6 months later, you receive a photo. It's of your mom. She's alive, but her house has bullet holes. Yeah, the message is clear. We know where she is. You can't contact her. The agents forbid it. If you do, they'll kill her to draw you out. So you live knowing she thinks you abandoned her, that you disappeared without explanation, that you're an ungrateful daughter who forgot her family for money. She can't know the truth. The truth would kill her faster than bullets. A year later, the news reports his death. It's not confirmed it's him. They can't confirm it. The body is too damaged. iDNA takes weeks, but unofficially, sources say it was an ambush, that they finally caught up to him. Part of you feels relieved. Part of you feels empty. You killed the man you loved. You destroyed the monster who terrified you. Both things are true simultaneously. But his organization is still active. His brother takes control. The Sicarios keep looking for you. The reward increases to 3 million because it's not just about revenge. It's about sending a message. This is what happens to traitors. You're a living example, or an example that needs to stop living. Your new life is prison. Safe, yes, but prison nonetheless. You can't travel freely. You can't use social media. You can't have real relationships. Every man who looks at you at the bar could be there for the 3 million. Every potential friend could be an infiltrator. Trust is a luxury you can't afford. Sometimes, on sleepless nights in Minnesota, you wonder if it was worth it. You traded a golden cage for a concrete cell. You traded a known monster for an invisible threat. You're alive, technically. But this version of alive feels suspiciously similar to dead. The DEA is happy. They achieved the most successful operation against CJNG in years. They weakened the structure. They froze accounts. They arrested lieutenants. All thanks to you. You're an anonymous hero. You occasionally receive letters from the government thanking you for your collaboration. As if that compensates for having lost everything. Your family, your identity, your country, your life, everything. There's no happy ending here. Happy endings are for people who never had to choose between two hells. You chose the hell of loneliness over the hell of violence. You chose being dead in life over being actually dead. It's a victory in the most miserable sense possible. You're Jennifer Morrison now. You work at Walmart. Nobody knows you were the lover of Mexico's most dangerous criminal. Nobody knows you betrayed him. Nobody knows there's $3 million with your name on it. You're invisible. You're nobody. It's exactly what you need to be to keep breathing. But at night, when the Ambien doesn't work and the memories attack, you're still her. The girl from Tlaquepaque who believed in fairy tales. The woman who loved a monster. The traitor who sold out her lover for survival. You're Judas with lipstick. You Delilah in heels. The most famous informant nobody knows. And the sickest thing is that part of you misses him, not the danger, not the violence, but the intensity, the importance, being someone who mattered even if it was for horrible reasons. Now you're nobody in Minnesota bagging groceries. From queen of the underworld to employee of the month, the descent is as brutal as it is poetic. This is what you are, the woman who betrayed Mencho and survived not to tell about it. Because telling the story means exposing yourself, means dying. So you live in silence, in anonymity, in permanent exile from everything you knew. Your betrayal didn't save lives. It didn't end the cartel. It only changed names on the org chart. The business continues. The violence continues. Mexico keeps bleeding. Your sacrifice was a drop in the ocean, but at least you're alive to regret it. And on the cold nights of Minnesota, when you hear corridos that glorify men like him, might you wonder if someone will ever write a corrido about you, the woman who betrayed him, the lover who sold him out? Probably not. Corridos celebrate loyalty, not betrayal. Honor, not survival. You're a story nobody will tell. Urban legend in Telegram chats. A whispered warning among cartel leaders' lovers. Watch out for the women. Look what happened to Mencho. Your real name was lost. Only the infamy remains. Welcome to your new life, Jennifer Morrison. Ex-lover, ex-traitor, ex-everything. Now you're just a ghost who works at Walmart hoping $3 million isn't enough motivation for someone to find you. But we both know eventually it will be.